7, the Honourable Annette King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question's to the Minister for Social Development and Employment. What recent reports, if any, has she received on unemployment in New Zealand?
The Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, this government has made unemployment our #1 priority during the course of the recession, so I receive a large number of reports on the issue. Just this morning, I received the monthly benefit figures for September, which show 5,890 people cancelled benefits because they had found work.
Parliamentary question, Mr Speaker. When her colleague, the Minister of Finance, said at the end of September, there is no doubt that unemployment has peaked, had she informed him that those on the unemployment benefit had just gone up by 2% that month from the very figures that he's just tried to use to a total of 65,281? If not, why not?
The Honourable Tony Ryle.
On behalf of the Minister, I'm not in a position to advise exactly what the Minister will have told the Minister of Finance, but I'm sure that in their conversations they reflected upon that when that member was last the Minister of Employment, there are 165,000 registered unemployed in this country.
The Honourable
question,
Annette
Mr
King.
Speaker. Does she agree with KPMG's Mood of the Market report, which said that almost 1 in 5 Auckland firms expected to lay off staff over this year? And if so, how does she reconcile the comments of the Minister of Finance that there's no doubt that unemployment has peaked?
The Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I am uncertain of whether she has been briefed on that report, but what I do know is correct is that the trend is certainly supportive of the comments that the Finance Minister has made when you consider that this government inherited an economy in freefall in the midst of the worst economic recession for several generations.
Hekia Parata.
Supplementary to the Minister, can the Minister explain the situation with youth unemployment?
The Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I'm pleased to be able to report that the September figures show a positive sign for young people looking for work. The number of young people as a proportion of unemployment benefit recipients decreased from 32.7% a year ago to 30.4% last month. However, we anticipate the usual seasonal increases will occur as students finish their exams.
The Honourable Annette King.
Speaker, can she confirm that the national government inherited 22,000 people on the unemployment benefit, which is now at 65,000 on the unemployment benefit, and how many of the 170,000 jobs that are to be created over the next 4 years, as promised by Jerry Brownlee, have been created so far?
The Honourable Tony Ryle.
Mr Speaker, I can certainly confirm the current number of unemployed people. As that member will realise, this government inherited an economy in freefall in the midst of the worst economic recession for quite some years. And that recession will only get worse with a party opposite that's promised $500 million in back pay to disability workers, has promised another $230 million of payment in other parts of the health service, but does not appreciate the fact that eventually all that money needs to be paid back.
The Honourable Annette King. Point of order. The Honourable Annette
I
King.
seek leave to table a graph from the Parliamentary Library showing that people on the unemployment benefit at the change of government were 22,000 and as of September are now 65,281.
Leave sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Jacinda Ardern.
Supplementary to the Minister. Does the Minister stand by her statement that the national government has helped many unemployed young people? If so, how does she reconcile this with the findings of the New Zealand Institute's NZ Ahead project that, quote, the impact of the Youth Opportunities Package would affect at most 12%, and that these figures do not go far towards addressing the more than 68,200 unemployed youth?
The Honourable Tony
Mr.
Ryall.
Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I think it's very easy to stand behind the comments that the Minister has made, because the facts of the answer to the supplementary question to Mrs Parata demonstrate what the government's policies are achieving. We've got a lot of emphasis in this area, and the Minister is doing a very good job dealing with the number one priority during these tough economic times.
Question number 8, Shane Arden.
Thank you, Mr.